The twa dogs a tale. 'Twas in that place in Scotland's Eiffel that bears the name o' Old King Coil. Upon a bonny day in June, when wearing through the afternoon, twa dogs that werena frying at hame, for gaver dance upon a time. The first ill name, they ca'd him Caesar, was keep it for his honour's pleasure. His hair, his size, his mouth, his lugs, should he was nane o' Scotland's dugs. But whelp it some place far abroad, where sailors gang to fish for cod, his locked lettered braw brass collar should him the gentleman and scholar. But though he was o' high degree, the feint o' pride na pride had he. But wad he spent an hour caressing, even wi' a tinkler gypsy's meffin, at kirk or market, mill or smiddy, na totted tyke vo e'er fa duddy. But he wad stant as glad to see him as stont on stanes o' hillocks wi' him. The tiver was a ploughman's collie, a rhyming, ranting, raving billy, whafor his friends and comrade had him, and in his freaks had Lewis ca'd him. After some dog in a Hieland sang, was made lang syne, Lord knows how lang. He was a gas, and faithful tyke, as ever lap and sugar dyke, his honest, foncy, borfant face, I gat him friends in ilka place. His breast was white, his towsy back, weel clad wi' coat o' glossy black. His gossy tail, wi' upward curl, hang o'er his hurdies wi' a whirl. Nae doot but they were fain o' ever, an unco pack and thick the giver, wi' focial nose, whiles snuffed and snowket, whiles mice and modeworks they howket, whiles scoured awa in lang excursion, and worried ever in diversion, till tired at last wi' mony a farce, they set them down upon their arse, and there began a lang digression about the lords o' the creation. That Hieland sang, it was Cuchulain's dog and Ossian's Fingal. Caesar. I've often wondered, on it Lewis, what fort o' life poor dogs like you have, and when the gentry's life I saw, what way poor bodies lived ava. Your laird gets his racked rents, his coals, his cane, and a' his stents. He rifes when he likes himsel', his flunkies answer at the bell. He ca's his coach, he ca's his horse, he draws his bonny flickin' purse, as lang's my tail, whar through the steeks the yellow-lettered Geordie keeks. Frae morn to e'en, it's naught but toiling, at baking, roasting, frying, boiling, and though the gentry first art steggin', yet even the ha-folk fill their peggin', wi' fause raggets and thick like trowstry, that's little fort o' downright wastry. Our whipper in we blast it wonner, poor worthless elf that eats a dinner, better than ony tenant man, his honour has in Adalan. And what poor cop folk pit their pension, I own it's past my comprehension. Lewis, trouf Caesar, whiles they're fa, enough, a cotter naukin in a fouch, with dirty stains big in a dyke, bare in a quarry and thick like. Himsel' a wife he fuftins, a smitry o' wee duddy wains, and nought but his hand ark to keep them right and tight and fack and rape. And when they meet wi' fair disasters, like lofts o' hell for want o' masters, ye maist would think we touch langer, and They maun starve o' cold and hunger. But how it comes I never kent yet. They're mostly wonderful contented, and beardly chiels and clever hussies are bred and fie in sic a way as this is. Caesar. I see, right, it's not a poem, it's like a play. With two dogs. The Twa Dogs, aye, that's the play. The Twa Dogs, a tale, right, it's a tale, aye. But then to see how you're neglect it, how huffed and cuffed and disriff peck it. Lord man, see the censorship there. Lord man, our gentry care us little, for delivers ditchers and sick cattle. The gang is fause as saucy by poor folk as I wad by a stinking brock. I've noticed on our laird's court day, and mony a time my heart's been wi' poor tenant bodies, scant as cash, how they maun full of factors snash. He'll stamp and threaten, curse and swear, he'll apprehend them, point their gear, while they maun stan wi' a spect humble, and hear it and fear and tremble. I see how folk live that hae riches, but surely poor folk maun be riches. Oof. They're no fae wretched, ane would think, though constantly on poor tis blank. They're fae accustomed to the sight, the view it gives them little fright. Then chance and fortune are fae guided, they're in less or mair provided. And though fatigued with close employment, a brink o' rest's a sweet enjoyment, a blink o' rest's a sweet enjoyment. The dearest comfort o' their lives, their grushy wains and faithful wives. Oh, the prattling things are just their pride, that sweetens their fireside. And whiles 12 penny worth o' nappy can mak the bodies unco happy, they lay abide their private cares, to mind the kirk and state affairs. They'll talk o' patronage and priests, with kindling fury i' their breasts, or should I say beasts, or tell what new taxation's comin', and furley at the folk in Lunnon. As bleak fast Hallowmaths returns, they get the jovial rantan kerns, when rural life of every station unite in common recreation. Love blinks, wit slaps, and social mirth, forgets there's care upo' the earth. That merry day the year begins, they bar the door on frosty winds. The nappy reeks wi' mantling ream, and sheds a heart-inspiring steam. The London pipe and sneeshin' mill are handed round wi' right goodwill. The canty old folks crackin' cruse, the young uns rantin' through the hoose. My heart has been fain to see them, that I for joy hae barkit wi' them. Still it's o'er true that ye hae faid, sic game is no o'er aften played. There's mony a creditable stock o' decent honest fawfont folk are riven out baith root and branch, some rascal's prideful greed to quench. Wha thinks to knit himsel' the faster in favour wi' some gentle master? What aiblins frang a parliamentin' for Britain's good his foal and dentin'? Caesar. Hey Flad, ye little ken about it, for Britain's good faith, I'd doot it. Say rather gone as premiers lead him, and saying aye or no's they bid him, at operas and plays parading, mortgaging, gambling, masquerading, or maybe in frolic daft to Hague or Calais, takes a waft to make a tour and tak a whirl, to learn bon ton and fee the whirl. There at Vienna or Versailles, he rives his father's old entails. Or by Madrid, he takes the route to thrum guitars and effect win out. Or down Italian vista startles, whore hunting among groves o' myrtles, when bows drumly German water to mak himsel look fair and fatter, and purge the bitter gas and cankers and cursed Venetian aye, bores and chancers, for Britain's good, for her destruction, with dissipation, feud and faction. Loof, hech man, dear first, is that the gate? They waste fae money, a braw estate. Are we fae fochten and harassed, for gear to gang that gate at last? Or would they stay aback frae courts, and please themselves wi' country sports? It wad for every ane be better, the laird, the tenant, and the cotter. For fae frank rantin' ramblin' billies, faint hate to them, sae ill-hearted fellows, except for breaking o' their timmer, or speaking lightly o' their limmer, or shooting of a hare or moorcock, the ne'er a bit they're ill to poor folk. But will ye tell me, Master Caesar, sure great folks' life's a life o' pleasure, nae cold nor hunger, e'er can steer them, the very thought o' them na fear them. Caesar, Lord man, were ye but whiles where I am, the gentles ye had ne'er envy them. It's true they need na starve or sweat through winter's cold or summer's heat. They've nae fair work to craze their banes, and fill old age with gripes and grains. But human bodies are thick fools, for their colleges and schools, that when nae real ills perplex them, they mak enew of themselves to vex them. And aye the lefts that hae to sturt them, in like proportion less will hurt them. A country fellow at the plough, his acres tilled, who's right enough. A country girl at her reel, her dizen's gone, she's unco weel. But gentlemen and ladies, worst, we even down want o' work, are cursed. They loiter lounging lank and lazy, for deal hate ails them, yet uneasy. Their days insipid, dull, and tasteless, their nights unquiet, lang and restless, and even in their sports, their balls and races, their galloping through public places, their sick parade, sick pomp and art, the joy can scarcely reach the heart. The men cast out in partly matches, then souther and deep debauches. A night they're mad with drink and whoring, neist day their life is past enduring. The ladies arm in clusters, as great and gracious as sisters. As great and gracious as sisters, but here they're absent focht so ever. They run deals and yads the giver. Whiles o'er the wee bit cup and platy, they sip the scandal potion pretty, or lee lang nights wi' crabbit looks, pore o'er the devil's pictured bukes. Stake on a chance, a farmer's stackyard, and cheat like ony unhanged blackguard. There's some exceptions, man and woman, but this is gentry's life in common. By this the fun was out of sight, and darker gloamin' brought the night. The bum clock hummed wi' lazy drone, the kye stood routin' I' the lone. When up they gat, and shook their lugs, rejoiced they were na men but dugs, and each took off his several way, resolved to meet some other day. Oh man, that was quite a deep conversation for dugs, like. Anyway, see you later.